Hey, it's your friend How to Freedom coming at you with yet again another video. If my videos are helpful, interesting, or you just like watching my silly ass talk, go ahead, hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. Help the channel out. Appreciate you. Today's video is going to be called Gun Owners Believe, or FUDs believe, in the right to practice free religion before they believe in the right to defend themselves. So, recently in the news, I'm sure some of you have heard that Walmart has decided to ban open carry, which is something I'm very, very, very strongly against. And some of you who might have previously seen my previous videos knows, or some of you that are familiar with me on Reddit know that I love to point out FUD hypocrisy. I love to point out that FUDs do not in any way, shape, and form believe in the Second Amendment. They believe in the privilege of firearms, the privilege to defend yourself, the privilege to defend yourself, others, and your home. They do not believe in any way, in any shape, in any form, the right to firearms and to defend yourself. So on Reddit, I really like to mess with FUDs, and I really like I like listening to them. I like hearing them out, but I really like it when they out themselves as FUDs, and I go, no, you don't actually believe in the Second Amendment. You believe in privileges, and they go, wow. It's funny. It's a good time. I have a good time on there. Anyway, so the point of this video is that I personally believe that Walmart or any private business does not have the right to interfere with your personal ability to defend yourself. Now, a lot of people go, well, hey, it's their private business and they should be able to censor guns and censor violence and so on and so forth on their private property. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that because I personally believe that the Second Amendment is a right. It's not a privilege. It's not a privilege begrudgingly bestowed upon the peasants by the government. And I don't believe that it is a privilege that can be trampled on by private businesses. And so I said no, in my personal opinion, that it is the individual's right to firearms, to defense, to defend themselves is more important than a property owner's ability to censor violence, to censor that individual. And they go and they always say, well, if a man with a gun is coming on my property, I'm gonna shoot him, and so on and so forth. And I say no. You see, if a person doesn't want to disarm before they get into your property in your private home, I agree with that. I agree that in your private home you have the right to censor firearms. I agree 100%. Absolutely fine. But Walmart is not. Walmart is a private business. Walmart is a private property, but it is a private property that is publicly accessible. It is publicly accessible. And because of that, you have your Second Amendment rights, not privileges, rights, enshrined in the Constitution to defend yourself both against public tyranny, a tyranny of government, and private tyranny of people oppressing your rights, trying to take what is yours, trying to hurt you. You have the Second Amendment to both defend yourself from public individuals and private individuals. And I personally believe that in a publicly accessible space, Walmart does not have the right to discriminate against the Second Amendment. And people are always saying that no, they do because they're a private business. And I say yes, they're a private business in the publicly accessible space. When you're in Walmart, you're in a publicly accessible. It is any Yahoo can walk in there. And so what ends up happening is the only people that aren't going, anyone that's stupid enough to fucking comply with Walmart's anti-gun policy is just going to be screwing themselves over because there are going to be people that aren't going to comply. And so what Walmart's trying to do is it's the same exact problem as the Gun Free Zone Act, is that all you're doing is creating a situation where only the people who do wrong are armed, and not the people who do right. So I had these conversations with these FUDs on the internet, and it finally came to a head where these FUDs, these people who are gun owners, believe more virulently in the right to free religious expression than they do their own firearm rights. And so I was looking up the 1968 Civil Rights Act, and private businesses cannot discriminate against people who choose to practice Christianity, Muslim, so on and so forth, Islam, Judaism. A private business cannot discriminate against somebody who chooses to practice a religion, any religion. And so that's what I realized, is that people started giving me the argument, well, businesses can discriminate against firearms people because they choose to be armed. Well, businesses can't discriminate against people who practice religion, even though they practice that religion. This is the situation right now. People who ostensibly own firearms and are for the rights of firearms believe more virulently that people who practice religion should be given better protection than people who practice the Second fucking Amendment. FUDs literally believe that people who practice religion should be given better protection, that businesses should not be able to discriminate against people who practice a religion, but they should discriminate against people who practice the Second Amendment. So there you go. That's and it's because of FUDs like this. It's because of beliefs like this. It's because people believe in the privilege of the Second Amendment more than they do the actual right of the Second Amendment. It's because of things like this that we're in the situation we're in now. We're treating the Second Amendment like a right, and so it's being treated like a right. Excuse me. We're treating the Second Amendment like a privilege, and so it's being treated like a privilege. It's being trampled over like a privilege, and FUDs aren't standing up for the rights. We should be out protesting Walmart. Where are people with the signs? Where are open carry? Where are people going, no, that this is a right, not a privilege? So that's my little rant. That's my little anti-FUD rant for the day. I got wet spots all over my mask. I'm spitting so much. Anyway, so that's where we're at today. We're at today where the right to practice free religion is given more and better protection than the right to the Second Amendment. And that's that. That's my little rant for today. If you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you really like this video, put it down in the comments. Challenge my thoughts, ideas, perspectives, opinions, and beliefs. Have a good one, guys.